Avalanche Sharks is a 2014 comedy horror film from director Scott Wheeler. The movie opens with what I think is a flashback to the entire movie. Then we cut to the hospital. I don't know, so far this movie's giving me about a 4. This guy wakes up and I think I've already seen this porno. What kind of fantasy fetish hospital is this? Oh, it turns out this isn't just a B-movie going all Jim Wynorski. They explain the sexy nurse is a hallucination caused by whatever pain meds he's on.
Because I was gonna get another nurse and make out in front of you.
Okay, maybe Jim did have something to do with this. The guy then proceeds to tell the nurse how he wound up in the hospital with a busted leg. Over on Mount something or other, some snowboarders are shooting footage for a Juicy Fruit commercial. The area they're snowboarding in is an avalanche zone. The park ranger does an avalanche test shot before the ice spiders get here. The mortar hits the mountain, and instead of starting an avalanche, it knocks these totems over, which wakes up the ghost sharks. Yep, ghost sharks. Stoner dude tries to get away and runs into a tree.
Oh, derp! Derp!
He hits the tree, but that doesn't kill him. The ghost shark does! We then cut to the opening credits, drawn by evil children. Are the Avalanche Sharks in cahoots with Bagul? Over in the suburbs, Pouty Bikini Girl is mad at Lazy Eye Dude.
Nerd is a little flustered about the time.
Wait, his name is Nerd? The girls are ready to go up to Mammoth Mountain for the weekend. To go skiing? No! To go to a bikini contest. So she's going up to a ski resort for the week, dressed like she's going to the beach. Up on the mountain, this girl wakes up looking for her boyfriend Wade. Ma'am, don't leave those out in the open for free. There's a whole industry for that. Wayne's talking about the 2 guys who died a minute ago. Whatever. Sex. On the way to the mountain, Nerd moves the rearview mirror to look at Becca's tits. Becca's now awake and annoyed, so she requests a bathroom stop.
You either stop at the next rest stop, or I will pee in your car.
Joke's on you, that's my fetish.
How do you know I won't like that?
Oh, wait. Ew. I was just joking, but he's serious. In exchange for taking them to the resort, Nerd tells them his latest story about a demon that lives on the mountain. He explains the monster from the film, and it's about as silly as you would imagine. On a dying planet far from Earth, sharks built spaceships that also look like sharks and sent them across the galaxy to find a new home. The last surviving alien sharks crashed on Earth 25 years ago and became ghost sharks that ate anyone on the mountain. So a Native American shaman put up totems that made the sharks go into sleep and save the mountain. The avalanche mortar knocked the totems loose, which awakened the ghost sharks. This makes me want to play 1080, the GoldenEye of snowboarding games. The sheriff then tries to tell some skiers to cover up, but they remind him it's spring break.
Better cover up, girls. We'll have to cite you for...
It's spring break, Sheriff.
Yeah, everything goes.
Haha, stupid sheriff. We're gonna catch colds and you can't stop us. So he's just gonna keep her shirt? After the sex, Wade and Madison are headed out.
You ready for your workout?
Didn't we just have a workout?
I'm a Marine.
What does eating crayons have to do with anything? Christopher Lowell and Diana go to talk to the sheriff. He then takes the shirt that the girl gave him? Wait a minute. How does he even know what this is? Okay, so Diana is this guy's fantasy nurse. Why is she wearing a wig? Back on the mountain, the 2 spring breakers are having a good time, or at least Alfred Packard thinks so. I'm almost positive this track is from Apple GarageBand. Wade makes his way to the bonfire party.
Dude lights the torch up on the peak by flame he kept burning since the O2 Olympics!
What?
Dude lights the torch up on the peak by flame he kept burning since the O2 Olympics!
Wade calls the sheriff asking about his brother.
I've got my hands full here, and someone's actually knocking at the door, so...
Sorry, I can't help you with your brother. I'm about to get some serious head. Wade goes to talk to the ski patrol. Wow, this guy looks like if David Hasselhoff and Robert Zadar had a son. It's not a horror movie unless there's a crazy old guy who warns everyone about the monster.
There's nowhere to hide from Skookum now!
Crazy old guy goes looking for the alien ghost sharks. If one thing happens to those dogs, I'm shutting the movie off. The dogs get scared and leave crazy old guy behind. Wade goes to see Dale, who refuses to help him look for his missing brother. One of the skiers goes to tell Lars that her cousin's missing.
You know, it is spring break.
Has no one ever gone missing on spring break? The girl then goes to tell the sheriff. Lars then, oh boy.
How are you?
No speak English good.
My name is Lars. I own the resort.
Wayne and Madison go looking for Shredder.
Shredder!
Shredder!
Over at the hot tub, Nerd seems to be doing okay. Carol tells them her cousin is still missing, so Nerd goes to help. On another part of the mountain, couples therapy.
We're doing this for our relationship, Mike. We can't just sit around, drink beer, and have sex all the time.
He won't do what she wants, so she tries to manipulate him with sex.
If you keep up with me, I'll give you a sex treat.
Sex treat?
Sex tree?
What kind of sex treat?
He's now here for sexual tree time.
Now it's sexual treat time.
The two get into a fight, and Barb storms away. They break up just in time for her to get eaten.
You're never gonna see me again.
Dale brings crazy old guy to the sheriff. The boyfriend runs into Wade, and he tells him about what happened. He thinks he's crazy until he sees the alien ghost sharks.
Love is the answer. It's all about love.
Diana tells the sheriff to open a case from 25 years ago. Apparently, she saw the alien ghost sharks and no one believed her. The slow cookum killed her parents, and crazy old guy rescued her. Shouldn't all the guns be in a gun case or something, not just loosely strapped to the wall? The duo run into the sheriff and tell him what happened.
What's going on, guys?
There's a creature down the hill. Sharks?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Here they come. Wade takes the sheriff's gun, but bullets do nothing against the ghost shark. They try to explain to Lars, but he thinks they're crazy. The sheriff and Dale go out to get answers. Just then, Snookums eats the caretaker, and no one notices. Nerd decides that going skiing is more important than staying in a hot tub with 3 ladies. Nerd's on the ski lift with another lady.
Hey, can you come sit over here?
Yeah, of course.
Womp womp. He tries to move in, but fails. The ski lift girl ditches Nerd and throws herself at 2 random guys. She wants these guys to race with her as the prize. So how is she going to know if one of the guys cheated or not? She probably doesn't care. Right when he's victorious, he loses to an alien ghost shark. Aw man, this is the 3rd time this week. Crazy old guy finds what's left of his ski dogs. Alright, well, turning it off now. Okay, I'll give it a pass, since we didn't see the dogs getting eaten. These girls just live in the hot tub now? Wade and Madison warn the girls in the hot tub, but only one of them listens. Nerd hits it off with the girl who can't speak English. Dale's hitting on a skier, and someone gets eaten. Well, I'm out. Dale tells Wade he was right. Just then the sharks cause an avalanche. Well, I mean, that is the name of the movie, after all. Lars gets killed by the avalanche. Wade and the girls get stuck in the snow. This girl's in a bikini up to her waist in snow. I hope she got hazard pay. So, sexy spring break girl gets killed. Then the sheriff is eaten. The gang hides in the shelter. Dale's trying to get to safety, but doesn't make it. He's not dead, though. Did the sharks leave a trap? Crazy old guy is getting eaten, and... what? Why does he shoot the guy who has been trying to help them? He ties up Dale so they can pull him to safety, which they quickly abandon. The girls run away, and Wade gets eaten. Over on the mountain, the girl who can't speak English is fixing the totems the shamans left 25 years ago. Somehow, Wade returned. They realize the sharks are now using the Tremors rules, so they can't move. Carol tries to escape but doesn't make it. Just as this lady fixes the last of the totems, the sharks disappear. The trio then drive off and back to the nurse. I'm just realizing that this guy has not been in any of the flashback. Even she calls him out.
You didn't even tell me what happened to you.
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
You should have established yourself earlier.
The nurse tells him she has to go be sexy somewhere else. He then turns on the TV, and oh my god, the sharks are on Mars. Please, please make Martian sharks. Avalanche Sharks premiered on the Sci-Fi Channel on January 12, 2014. The movie was shot at the real mountain ski resort in Mammoth, California. In 2011, there was the made-for-sci-fi movie, Sand Sharks. This ridiculous premise went over exceedingly well. The concept of sand sharks was so goofy, it led to social media being flooded with ridiculous ideas. Avalanche Sharks was one of the top ideas, although originally it went under the title Sharkalanche. The movie is a loose sequel to Sand Sharks, which they mention in this movie towards the end.
Not the ocean either, man. I hear they have sand sharks.
Pretty sure they reused the shark model from Sand Sharks here too. The movie was originally supposed to star Brooke Hogan, who was in Sand Sharks, but she dropped out and Kate Nauta was brought in. Kate is probably best known for her first role, the sexy assassin Lola in Transporter 2. She was a former model who got into acting, and it looks like Avalanche Sharks was her second to last film. The movie was directed by Scott Wheeler. Wheeler's a Primetime Emmy-nominated visual effects artist for his work on Space Above and Beyond. He's worked on over 160 projects, from Battlestar Galactica to Frailty to Sand Sharks. He was also an artist on the very underappreciated Mercy Point. He started directing in 2008 with the mockbuster Journey to the Center of the Earth for the Asylum. In 2016, he directed Attack of the Killer Donuts, which was really fun. He's still directing, but it looks like most of his work is still visual effects related. He did some camera work for a few of the Sharknadoes too. I gotta say, what initially sold me on the movie was the poster. The shark coming out of the snow, with the girl standing in front of it, is a pretty striking image. While working on this, I discovered something. There's two versions of the film, an hour and 22-minute version and a 1 hour 32-minute version. The shorter one completely removes the hospital subplot. By doing this, it makes the whole thing a lot less fun. The shorter version plays it straight, while the longer version makes the whole film something this guy dreamed up while on painkillers for a skiing accident. They also got rid of the whole story about how the sharks are actually from another planet. Not sure why they did this. The shorter version is the inferior one, and the whole thing just kinda ends, instead of having a genuinely hilarious ending. It even alters one of the funniest lines in the movie. There is seemingly no shortage of sharksploitation films. I could easily do nothing with them for a year, and I still wouldn't run out. But I won't. I think the only theme that there's more of is the Amityville knockoffs. And even that one has a shark entry. What's even funnier is that this is not the first Sharks in the Snow movie. That was Snow Sharks in 2012. Avalanche Sharks knows what it is, and it doesn't try to be any more than that. It's a good time, and it actually shows they put some effort into it. And the whole thing moves along so quickly, it doesn't give you time to sit down and think, this is silly. Alright, maybe it does. Avalanche Sharks. It's the best movie about a dude in a hospital on pain meds, telling a story about alien sharks to his hallucination. Although the movie leaves me with one burning question. What the hell happened to the bikini contest?
Dude lights the torch up on the peak by flame. He kept burning since CO2 Olympics!